to have the Jesus Gang come up. King Lamont, he has a gospel group. Now this second, I'm just going to tell him real quick how we about to run it down. We're going to have him come because he got to leave at 3:30. His whole family in the car because somebody not feeling well, and he was determined to be here. So we're going to let him get in and get out. Then we're going to have Smoke come up. That's another new artist that said he got the smoke and the fires. And then we're going to have a talk. We're going to find out why the violence increased from 20 years ago. My brother died 20 years ago. We know why he died. We know why. Back in 20 years ago, we knew why you died. Either you was the stick-up man, you was the dude with the most money, you was the one getting everybody, or something. We knew why. Now, I don't know why they died. We don't have no answer for it no more. So, we're going to get it started. Thank you, y'all, for being here so much. This is our second time doing the Unity in the community. Rest in peace, Mark Lamont Walker.
How y'all doing? Well, so, without further ado, like I said, I'm a gospel rapper. I'm going to be for y'all. I got one song for y'all. It's on the album I just released called The Rapture. It features, the album has JoJo Simmons and Light Show and more. But we're all just trying to spread positivity. So whether Christian or not, it's all about love. So we're going to get started.
Give me that. 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 Give me the spirit.
You can turn that up a little bit if you don't mind.
Give me that. 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 Hey. Go. 1, 2, 3. Gotta feel it. Hey, hey. Just give me the spirit. Give me that. Give me that. Give me the spirit. Give me that. Know we can feel it. Swear I can feel it. Just give me the spirit. Give me the spirit. I'm pragmatic, changing the way that we turn up the static. Never been ratchet, but ratchet it up. Counting my blessings, not counting the struggle. I grew up a muggle, repping the Christ like more than a couple. I'm some other stuff. Positive vibe, I cannot help enough. Switching the game, not rap about drugs. The icy is chains. Talk about freedom and joy, freedom from pain. Got a whole gang that bang with the Christ that I bring. Shout out to Icon, rushing the pilot, hating is soft like Nala, changing the way that you feel. Cause love and compassion is nothing but real. The fact that you hating is not a big deal. Gotta can feel it. Swear I can feel it. Just give me the spirit. Hey, give me the spirit. Give me that. Know we gon' feel it. Swear I can feel it. Sure. Just give me the spirit. Give me that. Give me that. Humbly, holy nights. Pick up the vibe, hold the side. People are riches, they treading the tide. Love, peace, joy, I cannot decide. People are crazy, the murder, the killing, writing for babies. People addicted to crazy, affected by lazy, the hunger, the pain. Thugging our struggle, I'm driving the lane. Been gone the same since others that took me as games. I take you as game, I take you as lame. Shame, no Tyrese, I'ma get it poppin' like Chris. Positivity, my niche. Christ in me like Lilo and Stitch. Ready for war, no matter the season. I give him the glory because he is the reason. Hey, swear I can feel it. Swear I can feel it. Just give me the spirit. Give me that, give me that, give me that spirit. Give me that. You know we gon' kill it. Ha, swear I can feel it. Ha, yeah, just give me the spirit. Give me that, give me that, give me the spirit. That song's called Spirit. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. It's on again. It's called The Rapture. Y'all can go get it everywhere. It's all about positive vibes, so I appreciate y'all for having me. Thank you. I want to invite you all to the Positive Music Takeover Tour. I started my own tour. JoJo Simmons is going to be there. So if you guys are interested, my cards, it's all my infos on there. October 27th, it's the weekend of Howard Homecoming, but it's during the day. So, if you want to come, it's all about positive music. All ages are welcome. Clean music, but it's going to be turned up. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be all about positive, but it's going to be fun. Yeah. So, so you're all invited. So just let me know the tickets. Just email me or DM me, Instagram me. Just let me know. So appreciate you guys. Thank you
so much. Hey. Hey, did y'all see the queen step in the building? The star of the day? That's my brother's daughter right there. That's Keesh Couture. She gonna give us something real good, a tribute for her daddy. Y'all ain't giving it up like y'all know it. This is my brother's birthday. That's his daughter. He ain't come and leave for nothing. She about to show you it wasn't in vain. Let's smoke do something real quick.
How y'all doing, everybody? My name is Smokey Freeze. I'm here for the umpteenth time. I thank y'all for being here as well. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. And I hope the mic don't do this while I'm rocking it. But just want to say a couple of things before I start.
Do we need another mic? Come on, let's get the other mic. We can't have that.
Appreciate testing. All right. So anyway, my name is Eric. Originally, I'm from DC, born and raised. That's my beautiful mother over there.
Yeah.
Give a round of applause to mommy. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't be here right now. But I mean, I'm not going to say that I don't have cursing and things and stuff sounds in my raps, but I have a message at the end of the day. You know, so I want y'all to feel it, enjoy it, and listen to it. Kick that DJ.
I'm going nowhere without my gadget.
Hey man, if you the truest, I want you to prove it.
All that shit.
I'm so used to it, realization I speak fluid, but my main shit call me Nike cause she know that I'm to it. Hey, if you the truest, then prove it. Yeah, if you the truest, then prove it. See all that shit, I'm so used to it, realization I speak fluid, and my main shit call me Nike cause she know that I'm to it. Hey, if you the truest, then prove it. Hey, if you the truest, then prove it. I'm like cash on hands, they showing me a check. I can come without $1 or I can come with a check. Man, I'm sitting with my BETs, meeting with the Browns. And I ain't talking BET, it's just me and my clowns. I make sure they done non-cook, cause I keep a raw 10. Got 24 Caucasians in the box, that's my salt 10. When we hit the city, they always keep the malls clean. When I leave the city, they gon' make sure that my malls clean. If you the truest, then prove it. Hey, if you the truest, then prove it. See all that shit, I'm so used to it. Realization, I speak fluid. And my bitch, she call me Nike, cause she know that I'ma do it. If you the truest, then prove it. Hey, if you the truest, then prove it. See all that shit, I'm so used to it. Realization, I speak fluid. And my bitch, she call me Nike, cause she know that I'ma do it. Don't fuck with them careless hoes, that's just like a merry-go. If you don't fuck with them, you don't need to be embarrassed though. Then test your limits just to see how far your parents go. Now speaking about parents, you see how our parents cooler go. Back on the BS, we change our bands to the movies though. That's I'm under the sea with your main with no scooper though. Dumb, she stupid though, she stupid. She say, what room are you at? I said, bitch, don't be no scoopy though. Let you get rid of your man, then you can't no scoopy though. Hope you not no ruthless hoe. Take you on a carpet ride, she asked where the ruthless go. Dumb, she stupid though, Dumb, see all that. I'm so used to it, realization, I be fluid. All that shit, I'm so used to it, realization, I be fluid. Hey, you the truest, then prove. I just want everybody to say, if you the truest, then prove it. Hey, I'm so used to it, realization, I be fluid. And my mate, she call me Nike, cause she know that I'ma do it. If you the truest, then. Thank y'all, I appreciate y'all, man. Smokey Freeze, Silly Serious Entertainment. Give at me, man. I love y'all for this, man. I love the opportunity. I love doing this. It's fun. And it ain't work if it's fun. Y'all have a good one.
How y'all doing? I go by Bree from Baltimore. Hey. Y'all can find me at Instagram 39_Bree. Today I just bring you something positive that I wrote actually at our last community meeting. Because I was saying a lot of stuff on like Facebook and things like that with like 2- and 3-year-olds smoking weed and things and people throwing money at them and like it's just crazy. So I just felt like this came upon me. There ain't a lot on it, but just slow. Yeah.
First.
Yep. Need y'all just vibe with me? I know. Get it?
Ready? Ready?
Right. Turn me up a little bit, please. A little bit, please. I hope it's great. Yeah.
I see the dragon, I hope it's worth it. Take it for granted, I hope it's worth it. Stop, gotta see you got a purpose. Gotta think, gotta be a better person. I see you dragon, I hope it's worth it. Take it for granted, I hope it's worth it. Stop, gotta be a better person. Gotta think, gotta see you got a purpose. You say you're dragon, I hope it's worth it. You said you're dragon, I hope it's worth it. Stop, gotta be a better person. Gotta think, gotta see you got a purpose. You out here clapping, they hit the surface. He in there begging, it ain't worth it. Cause he ain't second, so tell me what's the purpose? Our kids are dying, gotta stop it, that's for certain. They got no morals, no respect, that's why they hurt. They just talk about the Uzi that they squirting. Our baby girls don't believe in being virgins. God is working throwing money so disturbing. I'm on a mission, gotta get it every day, yeah. Don't really matter if it's sunny or it's pretty, yeah. Drop to my knees, you know I gotta pray. I ask the Father, could you please show me the way? I see a dragon, I hope it's worth it. Take it for granted, I hope it's worth it. Stop, gotta see you got a purpose. Gotta think you gotta be a better person. I see you dragon, I hope it's worth it. Take it for granted, I hope it's worth it. Stop, gotta be a better person. Gotta think, gotta see, I gotta purpose. You see the murky, so it murky, that's for certain. You hear the Chainz say they writing wasn't written. You in the wagon because they caught you swerving. Cut it off, time they might just close the curtain. You want a rapper, that's how people that you serve. They understand that it's how people that you hurt. Stop the robbing, you need to get the working. Love each other, we compare like they a bird. Expression elders, you need to watch your tone. Stop popping pills, grab your kids and go on home. Change your thinking, you get all, just get along. So take my hand, you don't have to be alone. I'm on a mission, gotta get it every day, yeah. Don't really matter if it's sunny or it's gray, yeah. Trust in my knees, you know I gotta pray. I ask the Father, could you please show me the way? I see it dragon, I hope it's worth it. Take it for granted, I hope it's worth it. Stop, gotta see I got a purpose. Gotta think I gotta be a better person. I see it dragon, I hope it's worth it. Take it for granted, I hope it's worth it. Stop, gotta be a better person. Gotta think, gotta see, I got a purpose. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, I think Martin Dennis probably did about 20 shows with me. Y'all give him a hand. Hey, you know, I'm going to tell y'all a joke before he tell his joke. You know why he like us and he being our friend? He's an attorney during the day. Hey, did you bring cards? Alright, well look, you ain't helped me get out 2 years ago, so go ahead. Make up for that. You ain't get me out.
I know, look at this, my new name, BEPA.
No, it's BEPA. And
That's
listen.
right, BEPA, BEPA.
You didn't know.
My new name, BEPA Dennis.
Yeah, whatever.
What's that BEPA stand for anyway?
Breakthrough.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Good job, Bree. You're wonderful. Isn't she? Wow, that's beautiful. Oh, you're great too. The Jesus Gang, woo!
Yes.
By the way, I went to church this morning. A miracle. Hey, today, look, they even brought the program with me.
Yes. Hey, you really went.
Just letting you know. Anyway, I hate to start up this sore subject, but the restroom here is, if you were in Washington, D.C., this is not in code. Just letting you know. There's a new thing in Washington, D.C., and you probably know it. You go in there, you go to the bathroom, at least in the men's room, it's got instructions on how to wash your hands. You ever see that? Oh yeah, it's in cartoon fashion too. You ever see that? I know, there it is. Okay, let's see what you do. Turn the water on. Woo, boy, that's a tough one. Good grief. Oh, then what you gotta do, you gotta put soap on your hands. Oh yes, soap. And you gotta wash them for 2 minutes. These are actually on the instructions in Washington, D.C. And then you got to wipe it with the towel and put the towel in the basket. Yes. Oh, wow. Wonderful. Phew, it was wonderful. I was losing my mind. And then, you know what? You do all that, and you go out the door, and you open the door, and then you realize that the guy before you peed on his hands, and he just went out. And then you got to start all over. Geez, I forgot what I had to do. I'm just saying. And everybody seems happy here today, huh? Yeah. Everybody happy? Oh, yeah. Guess what? I met a girl named Happy. She was at the 7-Eleven, Honeytown, Maryland, down in Calvert County. She was at 7-Eleven, and their name tag said Happy. And I went there to get a cup of coffee on Valentine's Day. And I said, Happy, how you doing? She said, oh, I'm happy. I said, did you get anything for Valentine's? She said, no. I said, did that make you unhappy? She said, no, I'm happy. I said, do you have a boyfriend? I figured, make a little time. You know what I mean? You know, men. You know what I'm talking about, honey? But I said, you have a boyfriend? She said, yeah. I said, he didn't get you anything? No. Did that make you unhappy? No. I said, why not? Because I'm happy. She's always happy. I got something for Valentine's, and I was kind of happy. Chocolate, yeah, you know. Men really don't like chocolate, you know. We like something else. I can't remember what it was. Or is. Anyway, so I said, you know what? The only person who can be happy is happy. And she can't be unhappy. She's always happy. Happy is happy. All right, that's my bit about happy. I knew that would flunk too.
This dude is funny for no reason. Listen, I just want to wear a sparkly dress at the Def Comedy Jam. That's all I want.
They'll probably say something about it, but that's alright. What's up, y'all? What is a repass? What's up, y'all? Y'all done ate already? Y'all. You know the table gone, right? The table gone. We got that out the way. The prayer worked. The prayer changes things, I'm trying to tell you. All I'm going to say is, I know Michael Jackson probably turned his grave. You can see that they turned his gloves into a tablecloth. That's different. Also, I did notice that, I don't know if these are supposed to be birds. Wings? No, they definitely not wings. Flying, these are like stingrays. So whatever y'all do, brother, whatever you do, please don't reach up. One of them killed a crocodile hunter. You ain't got no experience, so you don't stand a chance, man. He did it for a living, and they got him.
Disrespectful, yo.
No, it's not disrespectful. I'm just observing and pointing stuff out. That's all. I know we gotta hurry up because they gotta put this stuff back in the stocking room. So we gotta hurry up and get out of here. I'm not sure if this break room has proper ventilation for all of us to be in here. So I did want to say that. And I feel you. I didn't know what to wear today either. I almost broke a ski suit out also. In September, I didn't know what was going on. Yeah. Passed walking in a ski suit. I said, that's all right. I almost made a good decision. Almost. I'm in here shivering. I suffered from hypothermia. The water was cold. Pee ice. All right. I ain't want to sit by the bathroom door this time in case somebody got to go. I feel like that's, security. No, see, this was another thing. I just want to point, and Pastor, since you're here, I did want to point this out. This says Party Palace on it, but I done been to a couple places. This is a Home Depot car. And I was trying to figure out where they got it from, because the only place over here with orange anything is Little Caesars. Little Caesars don't have a car. So I don't know who put this in the back of their truck. Somebody probably stuffed it in the car, left the trunk open, something. But since you're here, and it's official, you know what I mean? You seen it, I just want to point out somebody steal it. I just wanted to point that out. Also, I did notice that this is an African-American event because we do have all brand soda. Y'all know we don't buy real stuff for the event. We buy the real and put it away. We bring the dollar bottle out for everybody to mess up. Yeah. The water not even name brand. That's alright. That's alright. This feels like an Everest graduation celebration. I don't know who graduated this month, but congratulations to you. May all your future endeavors be bright. Just to throw that out there. This is all right. What's up, Martin? Nothing much. That's what I like to hear.
Fantasy football.
No, my team's some trash. I don't even want to talk about it. We're gonna leave that alone. I gotta get that's why I gotta get out of here. Game come on 4:25, so I had to swing past here and talk to y'all real quick and get up out of here. That's all right. That's all right. Huh? What'd you say?
Go ahead, Kate.
No, what'd you say?
I said I don't like you.
That's all right. There's a path here, so I'm gonna say something that we all know. Jesus loves little children. All the children of the world. Just pointing that out. To the DJ, I want to apologize. I know she was a little aggressive about your mic situation. The mic's working, bro. Yeah. We on. Did you get your ginger ale?
Yeah.
It's all brand, so if your stomach still hurt, you know why.
That's what they Rock Creek this.
Oh, that's Rock Creek?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's because they 99 cents. Oh, how y'all doing? I'm good. Welcome. Which one of y'all is the caterer? You might want to turn one of them sterno burners down. I heard the water in there boiling, so yeah. I didn't know who it was, so I was waiting for my turn to get up here. And it's been a minute, so whatever in there might be dry. But if you want, you can just get some water poured in. The black people won't say nothing. They gonna eat. Oh man, this is nice, man. This is really nice. Unity in the community, huh? Yeah. What's the? You said community? That's correct, brother. I did say community. He wanted them to use to ask read out loud in class. Say the community. This is all right. Who's selling the keychains? Oh, you selling them? Oh, why you looking around like I asked a foreign question? I was asking who said. Look, I'm up here plugging people. I ain't get paid enough to tell real jokes, so I'm just passing time by. You know what I'm saying? Shooting the breeze. That's all. Do I want to buy one? I'm be honest with you. Take cash out because I ain't got no cash. I don't walk around money on me. Me and Marlow Heights. I grew up around here. I ain't stupid. Yeah, I will cash app you. All right, we'll talk about it because that might not go through either. I don't know what kind of Wi-Fi they got around here, so I don't know what the deal is with that. That's all right. Which one of y'all bought to change shoes?
I'm with my son cleats.
Oh, your son's cleats. Yeah, game today?
No, I got game Friday.
Friday?
High school.
Today's Sunday, right? Well, you gotta drop them off early. I got you. You got practice this week. I understand. You don't want them going to practice with flip-flops on. Yeah. I got you, man. Look, we here with it. We here with it. Dang, go on, man. This really feels like a community college pre-graduation dinner or something like that. We got a graduating class of 26. And this is half of it. This is all right, man. Got some rappers and stuff in here. This feel like we getting ready for BET Awards or something.
BEPA Awards.
I said BET. I know what I said. BET Awards. EBT Awards.
Take my mic from you.
Take it. I'm loud enough. I do this all day until about 3 or 3 something. Because the game come on 4:25. So I got a little more time. This is all right, man. Yeah, no, this is a good thing. People don't really get together for stuff like this. We get together for baby showers and other stuff. I told somebody earlier, if they ain't got meatballs at my baby shower, I ain't showing up. Meatballs is more important at the baby shower than the baby is. You just close the door. You all right? There we go. He's trying to slowly close the door. He ain't wanted to creak or nothing like that. That door ain't gonna creak. There's enough paint on that door to hold that door for a little while. You want to come past, bro? Come on, man. You ain't got to stand. I know you've probably been at church all day. Your feet probably sore. You ain't got to stand like that. That's a punch bowl. That's for the collections?
Yes.
That's like somebody's fine china. That's probably plastic, though.
Donations. $1, $2, $5, whatever you want to put in here.
So if I want to put 10 cents in there, that's all right?
Put it in there.
I ain't got that on me. I told you, this is my old house. I ain't got nothing on me. A phone.
Listen, put your cash app information
No,
on the envelope.
nah, because then y'all gonna be requesting stuff. You know, black people are sending requests.
Of course
I need gas money. I'm not the one, brother. I gotta deny that request. I love y'all dearly, but you can't help everybody. Alright.
I need everybody to do this for me, bro.
So, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all watch out for the stingrays. Whatever you do, rub the tablecloth and give a quick hee-hee if you got to, and everything will be alright.
Definitely has unity. I am Queen LA, and we're going to get started. This is something I wrote. I did have a request for the Generations Call. A lot of people haven't heard it, but this is something, if you're going through something, you know, people talk about you or whatever, so this was something that I came up with for myself, but I want you to take it with you if you can. It's called You Don't Know Me. You don't know me. Queen all day is who I be. You don't know me. You don't even know my name. You heard about what I've been through, but let me tell you what I'm really going through. I've been physically, emotionally, verbally abused all my life. And the pain has caused me great depression. So I stand before you today with my head held high because my God has turned my burdens into blessings.
Amen.
You don't know me. Queen all day is who I be. Yes, you don't know me because Queen all day is who I be.
Come on.
Here I am walking in the footsteps of the man that I never seen. But he tell me to hold my head up high because I have such big dreams.
Come on, Queen.
You don't know me. Queen all day is who I be. Every time I felt like I was being rejected from the things I so desperately wanted to do, God was redirecting me into something so much greater. I'm talking about depression. I'm talking about stress. I'm talking about confusion. I'm talking about betrayal. I'm talking about jealousy. You don't know me. Queen all day is who I be. God has been fixing the broken pieces in my life, preparing me for restoration. Yes. So every morning I wake up, I have to thank God for this victory because that's where I find my salvation. You don't know me. Queen all day is who I be. I like to do this at the end of all my poems. I want you to look at someone today, and I want you to tell them that you love them. Now, if you're a king, I want you to say that you're a king. If you're a queen, I want you to say that you're a queen. So when somebody comes to you and they talking all this and you ain't trying to hear, you just let them know. You don't know me because king all day is who I be. You don't know me because queen all day is who I be.
Hey.
You don't know me, ladies and gentlemen. you don't know me. Let's give it up for me.
Thank you so much. I'm psyched, y'all. I feel psyched. Today happens to be my brother's 49th birthday. My brother was my best friend. When he was supposed to babysit me, he used to take me, we used to cross the creek, and we used to go fight the dudes in Kenilworth. We was in Northeast. And I was supposed to be on the couch watching TV, but guess what? I'm back on the couch watching TV. By the time Granddaddy home, I got a Band-Aid on my knee. We won, and I'm back home. Okay? So he told me everything. Everything. And I'm going to just say while we're here, we ain't going to go there. So his daughter, my niece, my brother was killed in 1999. He was shot 15 times, 5 times in the head. They cut his finger off. They found him in his Tahoe watching Scarface while his Mercedes-Benz was getting washed on this other street, and he had it popping in the neighborhood. That's who he was. Either they was going to call him Tony Montana or Nino Brown. There was one of them. I'm not proud of what he did. What I am proud of is his 5 kids that's here. None of them fell to the side. None of them fell by the wayside. They knew who their father was. He had her and her sister, Maria. When they step out, you thought it was Sasha and Malia coming out the house. They was perfect. So we're going to celebrate his 49th birthday. He lived by the sword. He died by it. And now she going to bring it back and tell us what's good. I'm going to stop right there, y'all. Thank you. If anybody listens to 95.5, you know WPGC, it will be, I ain't going to say it like that. That's the one that put Tony Riggs where he is today. So let's give it up for CEO Den-Den. He's plugged in. He's rocking with us. And all of these my homies from hoods, and we made it out. So we're going to help y'all with it. Smoke, whatever you need help with. Your dad, y'all just talk to us.
How real is this? Keesh Couture. Baby girl was a blessing to him. See, having her change his whole life. Cause all his life he just stressed through it. And through her eyes it was alright. A street nigga like a lot of dudes. With no guidance, he just doing what he gotta do to provide for his. Back when he was a kid, he ain't had nobody tell him, son, I'm proud of you. Every night he riding with the strapped up. Kids a nigga act up, cause in these city streets a nigga known to get clapped up. Kiss his baby girl, then he gone to get his racks up. With a small circle, cause a lot of niggas got cut. He was eating, so he know they lurking. They can't stand to see him feasting while his stomach's hurting. But after that, cause if them niggas bust him, he gon' bust back. He knew his daughter waited up at night for him to come back. One night he was slipping, cause he had trusted a nigga that he thinking his nigga, but all he wanted was figures. Same nigga that he should with, had him looking down the barrel. Vision becoming narrow, girl all over his apparel. Baby girl was waiting, I heard that he was gone, cause that nigga was hating. Now she all alone, so the cycle repeats, cause he ain't had no dad. Now she gon' see what he didn't have. Next morning, baby girl on her way to school. She was supposed to see her daddy by the afternoon. Came home, grabbed the phone, heard the dial tone. Seconds later, Granny came and took her in the room. First time she seen her mother with tears. Granny looked at baby girl, said, do you know why you here? Baby girl shook her head, sitting on the edge of the bed. Granny looked at her and said, last night your father was killed. Couldn't believe it, like this couldn't be true. Her mind was going crazy and the thoughts running through. How could they take her father? Now what she gon' do? Got the niggas on the block, now what we gon' do? Mess up, hit the stash up and come with the mat. Or make a plan and hit they mans up and run in the trap. They knew that going after him wasn't bringing them back, but had to be one of them. He wasn't going for that. with no lead from detectives, suspect with confessions. Everybody was stressing in a deep depression. More money, more problems, that's what Biggie told us. And many men make you a target, that's what Biggie showed us. Your own men switch up on you. In my city where it's gritty, niggas come for you. Cause they hate to see you shine, so they throw shade. And everybody by the dollar trying to get paid. They say the good be the first to go. And there's no mercy cause these situations personal. I'm talking real life, no actress or no movie roles. And the news don't show the struggles that we undergo. Now her father on his back in the church. First time in the limo when she following the hearse. The whole hood showed love with his face on their shirts. Tears fell that she watched him take his place in the dirt. Then baby girl grew up. She don't trust no niggas. Same nigga pull the trigger, be your A1 nigga. I'm talking day one nigga. She don't want no pots. She grew up without her father in the coldest hot. Cause the pain she felt, every man gon' feel that. Cause her father's son, she can never get back. And what they did to her, she never forget that. Forget these niggas and they feelings she don't get back. She probably missed out on a couple who was true to their promise. Far as she was concerned, none of them niggas is honest. Said she love him, then she left him, never having a conscience. She don't care, she just spitting game to get to his pockets. See her father, the niggas wanted him 6 feet. And she let him get too close, she thinking, would that be me? Niggas show BFF and she's for alter ego in streets. Why I be feeling baby girl, cause baby girl is me. Hey!
God.
Alright, so now, the question I want to ask, and I'm going to start with the panel. I'm going to start with CEO Den-Den, and we're going to go down this way. The question is, and anybody can chime in, I just want them to speak because I saw them in and I see them out. That's the only reason I'm starting with them. I know everybody got a story to tell, but I seen this with my eyes. We were in the hood together. And now these are some of the undercover bosses and heroes in this community. So why has the violence changed in the last 20 years? When my brother died, like I said, we knew back then either they the stick-up boy, they the dude with the most money that's not playing fair, or they the snitch. We knew why people was getting plucked off back then, but now it just became senseless. So I just want you to tell me what you think is the problem. Why has it increased? And just start there and just go down. Why has it increased? Lack of discipline, whatever.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm trying to.
No.
It's a lot. It's a lot of reasons. I mean, if you look at the music, you know, every nowadays that's like the only thing our brothers want to be. You know, it requires no schooling, no education. So basically, you just believe in everything you hear, everything you see, which I know for 100% fact that most of it is fake. Your favorite rapper, the hottest rapper, you know, it's all an illusion to stir our kids that way. You know, so that's why my movement, Black Bosses United, I'm really focusing on the educational part of the music, because you can record 1,000,001 songs, but it don't matter if you're uneducated in the business. Yep. So it's a lack of not even school education, just like education. Like I was talking to my homie the other day, I was like, when we was in the hood, we used to listen to the OG because we knew that the OG has been through what we're going through. You know what I'm saying? So now I don't know who they got in these hoods now, man. Nobody. You know, it's like these youngers are drugged. It's like, you know, we used to rap about, you know, not saying it was good, but we was rapping about getting money. We was selling drugs. So now it's about smoking. You know, that's the, you know, they happy with that. The guns in the videos.
They smoking the money.
I don't understand. Like, I be trying to understand these youngins, but man, I don't.
They on some whole new stuff.
It's crazy. It's like really crazy because they don't even hear what you're saying. You feel me?
Yeah, they
So
don't.
it's like, you either going to help the situation or homie, I ain't trying to hear that. You feel me? So as leaders and what we doing, we got to show them a different way. You know what I'm saying? We can't say go McDonald's, you know what I'm saying, get a job, or, you know, they used to making, you know what I'm saying, $1,500, $2,000 a day. I mean, you talking crazy to a younger, and that was us. They'd be talking, you know what I'm saying? Somebody be talking crazy. So we just.
You said we need to educate the youngest more on business.
Business, how to start. Every culture, every race teaches wealth, and they pass it on. You know what I'm saying? The whole educational thing. I'm not saying nothing wrong with education, but the whole educational system, from kindergarten all the way to college, it's nothing but a hustle. You feel me? I talk to dudes that's older than me that's $50,000 in debt. You know, they coming out to his car. They taking his cars. They taking his. You know, so he can't get a home. You know what I'm saying? And then the degree he done graduated with, he can't even use it because nobody will hire him. You know what I'm saying? But you need a degree to work for a person, but you don't need a degree to be a boss. You feel me? The last grade I completed was the 8th grade, but I'm mentoring dudes with master's degree because of my hustle. You know, I got 20 companies. Every time I create a new bill, I create a new company to pay that bill. And that's my motive. And it's not nothing comfortable. It's nothing shining. It could be, you know, trash. It could be, you know what I'm saying, cutting the grass. And I build that company, then I pass it on to somebody else as my partner. But I'm still creating residual income for myself. So when I'm on vacation, when I'm asleep, I'm still getting money. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. So if y'all didn't take this down, we gonna listen. Monday we gonna have a plan. We're not just sitting there talking and eating. So see, Den-Den said the new crafts, you don't need any schooling, but they sell false dreams. His first solution, we need to educate the youngest more on business. He's mentoring older people because of his experience and his education. So we need to start with our kids. Bank accounts, how to write a check. Let's go back to the paper. Yeah, we got cards and stuff, but we need to educate them more on business. So I'm gonna pass it over to Pastor Mark because they have something. No. Do I tell you who to get a mic to on Sunday morning at your church? No, I really want, because just based on, I can see the connection of what you about to say and what he just said. And then we're going to give it to Josh, and then we're going to fill it in right there. And then we're going to let everybody chime in. So, the question again, in the last 20 years, since we've been out there, we came back, what do you think is the issue with the youngins? And how would you help them? From when you was out there, you needed?
I actually work with youngins. And
tell us a little bit about what you do first.
I actually work in the foster care system. I deal with all the youngins through DYS, that's District Youth Rehabilitation Services. So I deal with the youngins at YC. These are the youngins who catch a charge, murder charges, armed robbery. Most of them armed robberies. You know, these youngins gonna rob, they gonna take from you. And half of these youngins ain't hustling. They robbing. That's what they doing, they killing, you know. When we came up, when I look at it, if you had a circle of 10, you knew who was robbing. You might have probably 2 dudes robbing, 1 dude who had a body, the rest of the dudes hustling, the rest of the dudes just running, writing checks and all that. But what I noticed nowadays, if it's 10 dudes, 9 of them got bodies. These youngins, they living how they get it. And for me, I see everything spiritual. And I do that, and I understand that it is physical, but I do see it as spiritual. But one thing that came to my mind is Malachi, and it says, remember the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded in Horeb, for all Israel, with the status of judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he would turn the hearts of the fathers back to the children, and the hearts of the children back to the fathers, lest I come and strike the earth with a curse. And so we're living under a curse. Because fathers, When I see fathers, just because you in the house don't make you a father. And that's what happened when you talk about if the old head on the block got to raise you, if the OG got to tell you what to do, and not your father. So that's an issue right there. Because it starts in the house with the fathers. You feel what I'm saying? Because one thing I realized, when a man change, the whole family change. This is what I learned. When the man steps up and becomes the head of his household, we got more women running households. No disrespect to the women, but I ain't trying to be funny. But we got more women running households. But when a woman runs a household, the men think, you got boys who think emotionally. And when I think emotionally, that's why I kill you. Because I'm emotional. And I can't deal with my emotions. A man teaches you how to deal with your emotions. Yeah. And see, this is what's happening nowadays. We got a bunch of emotional boys running around.
Kool-Aid in the vein.
Yeah, well, have you, that's been hurt. That's been hurt. Just imagine, you waiting on your father. You wait, a lot of these youngsters, and I was one of them. I was looking for a father. So you never been in that store called Build a Bear? So I went to Build a Father, Build a Man. So if I like your swag, I'm going to pull off your swag. If I like the way he's funny, I'm going to pull off his humor. But the whole time I'm trying to build a man because I never had a man in the household to emulate what I actually needed as a man.
Come on, Mom.
And so I think a lot of times we have to start with the men. Because there's a gap that's missing. I heard somebody, CEO Den-Den, he said, where are the dudes to give back? Because now if we're not giving back, we're doing ourselves a disservice. Joker's like, I hear a lot of old heads. I ain't talking to these youngins. They ain't listening to nothing anyway. They ain't trying to hear you. But somebody got to talk to them. As a dude say, look, I heard a dude, excuse my French, he said, what, we going to trade the niggas in? That's all we got. At the end of the day, this is all we got. These youngins is all we got. We can't trade them in. So what we going to do with them? Let them die? We can't let them die. We got Brother Don, I'm pretty sure he's going to give you a story, but he stepped up in a situation where a lot of men just look idle. They look idle. They sat there and was idle and looked at the situation and never addressed the youngins. We can't be scared. Why am I going to be scared of my own people? Why am I be scared of my own people, man? You feel what I'm saying? See, we got to be able to put something on the... This the thing. They don't make leaders the way they used to make them. Who's willing to die for what they believe. See, we scared. We hide behind our cars. We hide behind our fancy homes and our community. But who's going to lay it on the line? Because they dying. And let me tell you something. This the thing. Until they hit your doorstep, then it becomes real. The jokers tell me about the youngins at the gas station. Man, I ain't saying nothing to these youngins, man. These youngins been to hit your head. So my thing is this. Let me tell you something. If you address them and you address them they might be disrespectful. I get all that. But it's a way to deal with these youngins. I ain't saying be foolish about it. But one thing I realized, when you deal with these youngins and they see it's real, they're going to respect it. Amen. This is one thing I realized. I dealing with they done told me they was going to kill me. They done gave everything about my social security number to other dudes to kill me, but I'm still here.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? But one thing he ended up texting me after he graduated, after I fought for his education. So they was trying to kick him out of school. So I stayed up to school dealing with the principal day in and day out because I wanted to see young graduate. And he said, thank you, Mr. Mark. I appreciate you sticking there, even though we had our hiccups. A lot of times, I learned how to sell drugs, and I know I'm skipping around because I'm tired. I kept telling her I was tired. So I sold drugs to somebody showed me how to cut, and bag up coke. That's how I learned. I love what he's talking about, that you're going to take these youngins by the hand and let me show you the way. Because if somebody don't show them, they won't know. And I'm going to do what I know to do. One thing to do, and I'm going to be honest, the music. We have to put more positive music out. I get it. I love it. Because what you writing is real. It came from the heart. I felt it. I felt that thing. That was my life. I've been kidnapped. I've been put in the trunk, but they couldn't. God had another plan for me. And he knew what the plan was. And I truly understand that. And I felt that. But we live in a culture of death. And it starts off, think about it. There's a direct correlation, and it's been proven that there's a direct correlation between the music that we listen to and the jails that they're building. Amen. It's called the prison, and y'all put what is it? I mean, the school to prison pipeline. And that's what's happening because, think about it. Music is the only thing that enters your mind without your permission.
Yes.
Think about it.
Yeah.
You ever heard a person get hypnotized? I mean, seen a person get hypnotized? How do they get hypnotized? You see them, you hear the pendulum goes back and forth and it swings. Music goes in loops and it goes in bars. We don't realize how it hits the mind. And then you get you rarely listen to the lyrics. The first thing you get is what? The beat. The second thing you get is the hook. And that's how they hypnotize you. If all day, this is all I put in my mind all day long, all day long. The way that your mind works. The way that the mind works, this stuff sits in your subconscious waiting for a way to play out. We got to understand the way the mind works. Want me to tell you why? Because those who running stuff for real understands the way your mind works. And they pay millions and billions of dollars a year to market and promote to your mind. If I was to say right now, #1 fast food restaurant, what's the first thing come to your mind? Y'all said it in unison. That's because somebody McDonald's pays billions and billions of dollars to get into your mind because they want to be the first one that you think about. When it comes to fast food, they want you to think about them first. And so we got to get to the place where we got to understand the way the mind works. And we got to be, and I can't give you nothing but the word of God because the word of God for me is so true. He said, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. We have to start to renew our minds to get on a plan and teach these youngins how to renew their mind. Because let me tell you something. It says, another scripture says, a fool in his wealth shall soon part. You can get money. It ain't about what you get. It's about what you keep. And it's about what you transfer to generations to come. And so we got to learn how, not only how to get money, but we got to learn how to keep money. And we got to know, and that comes with training and renewing our mind. Because the first thing we do, we get the rapper startup kit. And what's the rapper startup kit?
Chainz.
You feel what I'm saying? And so it might be, it's a book called, and I love to read, and I tell you, and I give you books. It's called The Millionaire Next Door. The millionaire next door, he might ride around in a Yugo, and you laugh at him. Yeah. Every day with hot waters on, and I'm talking about this guy for real, got a Michael Jackson 70 Bush, but he's worth millions. Millions. There's CEOs who ride bikes to work every day that we don't know. And so we got to learn that we don't have, see, and I get it. We got to show our wealth. But we got to think differently now. We got to learn to think differently and know what to do with our money. Because my mentor told me this. He said money sitting does nobody good. It's like what they call stagnant water? Stagnant water. Huh? Stale water. Stale water. That means that water is no good. If you notice about cash, right? And I'm going to give you this and I'm going to leave. When it talks about money, they always use it in terms of water. Because when you in debt, they say you what? Underwater. And then when they talk about having cash flow, multiple streams of income. You feel what I'm saying? They always relate it back to water. So we got to understand. God, I love God. He said, go to the ant, you sluggard, and learn its ways. Go to the water and learn how water moves, and you'll begin to understand more and more about money. Money sitting does nobody good. I heard Den-Den say this, I got many businesses. You got to keep your money working for you. Invest.
I'm proud to be up with these young guys, but I come from a little bit different background, and 20 years ago, I was probably them. I think that one of the reasons that it's different is we've lost a sense of community. That's the reason Ms. Walker and I do these community events. We've lost the extended family. There ain't no more extended family. We got black men looking for jobs. There are no jobs for black men in this country, and this is America. There are no jobs for you in this country. We have our young people are disrespectful to the senior in their community. That's another reason we do these events, is so that the seniors will stop being afraid of the young people, and the young people will show respect for them. We have disrespect for each other. We even I guess you gotta call it beefing people. Both of us live on the white man's property, and we beefing with each other over somebody else's property. That's all. That's gotta stop. The white man, well, let me stop saying white man, but I mean, they changed the laws in this country so that the FCC allowed any kind of music on the radio now. They do all of this because they simply know that the people that will hold back will be us. And I learned a long time ago, and I'll pass it on to you, nobody can save us from us but us. Right. That's why we have these community meetings. That's why we're here now. Thank you.
Well, I don't need this mic. Well, what I got is oh, okay. Yeah, what I got is basically it's like the blind leading the blind type syndrome. You know, I'm 37, so I grew up on the Scarface and Ghetto Boys. So that song, the blind leading the blind. You know, it's like, you know, it's another thing. The youth seems like they're not exposed to God unless it's either a funeral or prison.
Come on.
Pretty much. And you know, for me, I got a 14-year-old son who goes to BEPA, and I got a 9-year-old. And we live in Southeast on Waterplay. So, you know what I'm going through. My son, 13 years old, going to the boxing gym with Mark Too Sharp and them, seeing brothers get shot in the head while he running around laps around the field. So, I had to start at my home first with my 2 sons before I could give anything out there. But at the same time, by me saying that, that's selfish. Because like the other day, I was on the P12, and I'm riding, and some young dudes in the back of me. One dude, he just got out of Maryland State Prison. Another dude, he got out like a month before. And there was like another dude who he was just like always gone. You know what I'm saying? So the dude that was behind me, he was like, Slim, I'm tired of going to jail. I'm tired of going to jail. I want to get off papers, but I don't have no job. I don't even have the money to get off papers. You feel what I'm saying? So his man was kind of with it, like, yeah, I feel you, but I'm with the street stuff too. You feel what I'm saying? Then the other dude was kind of like, man, hell with all that. So I did 5 years in the Fed, so I came home. I've been home 9 years. I'm off papers. You feel what I'm saying? I got brothers who done been in 32 years, had life on papers, and they all papers. You feel what I'm saying? So some in my spirit was like, chime in and talk to them. So I turned around and I said, Shawty, man, you want to get off papers? This what you do. Put your feet to the pavement. He was like, what you mean? Go to your community. Help out somebody. Help out your church. Help out the local mosque. Help out your football team, basketball team. Do something in your community and show it. Get documentation. Get letters. You can break the cycle. You ain't got to, you know, keep falling for the okie doke. You feel what I'm saying? So the young dude who full of negativity, he like, oh, don't pay him no mind. He hot. All these old dudes hot like that. So that thing in me that I don't want to wake up in me. Right. You know, they think that they so vicious out here, but they ain't, like, they hurt. You know what I'm saying? I just had to look at them like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? And then immediately go into prayer and focus back on Charlotte, because you can easily get taken off your path. So once they got off the bus, 2 older brothers around my age, they said, man, that's why we don't say nothing to them youngins. We don't say nothing to them. You see how he just got so, they were scared. They got fear in them. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm just saying is, for the older brothers, keep pushing for these kids, regardless when they can't push for themselves. Like, I got my 14-year-old son, me and him go at it all the time. And God shows me through him. God shows me, God says, Donald, you know how I keep blessing you? And you keep falling. You know, I'm not perfect, you know what I mean? But I keep showing you grace. So D, my son, he come in, he do things. Teacher called, said he had an F in English. Here at school ain't in for 2 weeks. I wanted to get after him, but God said, but I had to show him grace.
We try to go to the embassies and get visas to come here, and it's so difficult. Like, it's a Herculean process just to be able to make it to America. America being like the promised land. First of all, don't talk of those that try to get to Europe. Those that go to Europe, they go by boats. You see them on the news. You see like 1,000 people on a small boat, a small lifeboat, and they are dying, babies, mothers. People are literally dying just to cross over to the other side, as it were. But we already have it good, like we're already here. So it's like sometimes we're not making the most of what we have, in quote. And you know, when we just on the lighter side, when you know you get to the embassies and they're asking you why you guys trying to rush out here, you know, but they forgot they took our ancestors, like our great grandfathers, man. So when we go out there, we're trying to actually connect with what they took away from us, with you guys. You understand? But there's this divide between us and you guys, as it were. But the major thing I want to stress on here now is we're not really different. We're all one. It's just the media. It's just the enemy trying to make us feel like we're different. We're all one. We're all one. In quotes, we're all one. And the sooner we begin to realize that we're all one and work together to help advance the cause that we have, we would always be divided. And when we're divided, we would all but fall. You know, like it says, the house divided against itself will not stand. We will definitely fall. But back to the point about Africans coming here and seem like they're making it because they know what they've had to pass through. Because sometimes you guys are like, man, we're out here in the ghetto, we're out here in the... Where's the ghetto, man? I can't find it, man, for real. I keep looking for the ghetto you guys talk about, for real. I'm looking for the ghetto. Like, where is the ghetto? Where? Show me, Southeast? Southeast is ghetto? Man, you ain't seen ghetto, bro. You ain't seen ghetto, man. I'm telling you, man. Jay-Z came to Nigeria, he was like, man, we're playing out there in America. I'm telling you. Jay-Z, Fat Joe, who else was the other guy? The other one that sang with Akon. Wale's our brother, for crying out loud. They come around and they see things and they're like, man, we're joking out there. Like, we're literally joking, for real. Because you have everything at your disposal. Like, for instance, now you wake up in the morning, you don't want to get a job, you go to the government and you knock and you're like, I want what they give, welfare, you want EBT cards. Oh my goodness. EBT cards, like you actually go anywhere, you swipe and you get groceries. Man, you guys are playing, man. I'm telling you, man. Seriously, if you only but have an idea of the level of opportunity that you already have by being here first and foremost. First and foremost. Yes. First and foremost that you are here. That you're part of us and you already got here on the ship before we did. By virtue of the great-grandfathers that got on the ship before you did, you understand? And we don't have to like maybe fly over and do all sorts to come around and join you guys. If you only but know the opportunities that are already at your disposal, nobody can actually stop you. Take a look in the mirror. What's actually stopping you? Really? What's stopping us? You're the ones stopping ourselves, for real. Yeah. We're the ones that just fugazing all around and messing up all around, for real. That's all we're doing. Plain. That's all we're doing. And we keep blaming the white guys. We should stop blaming them. Because all they do is just throw the dice, and what we do is we go out there, we pick it up, and we make a mess of ourselves over and over and over and over and over again. It's high time we get it right. It's high time. Because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is we're going to keep wiping out ourselves. They literally just put the guns there and we kill ourselves out. They don't necessarily even need to come out and do so much. All they need to do is just drop a little instrument and we begin to wipe each other out. And we have a part to play. Each and every one of us has a part to play in the music, in the business, in whatever you're doing, to share that positivity and let every other person know that, hey man, even though you cut me off, even though you do me the wrong, even though you robbed me wrong, I ain't going to take your life for doing that. I ain't going to... Really, what's the worst that someone can do to you that you want to take his life? For real. Take some money away from you? For real, people, we are our own enemy, and the sooner we realize that there is nothing actually stopping us other than us beginning to love on ourselves and us loving one another, then we're going to keep being bound, we're going to keep being in slavery, we're going to keep being set back. Take the words of Martin Luther King, like he said. you know, we all know his speech and where he said, I have a dream, I have a dream. In my opinion, and in the opinion of one of my members, he was like, that's not the greatest speech he ever said. He said the greatest speech Martin Luther King said was in a small church. And guess what he said? It was like, at that speech he said, it is over, man. Nothing can stop me. No matter what they want to do right now, nothing is stopping me. Nothing is holding me back anymore. At that point, he knew he was ready to give his life. At that point, he was ready to give his life. It was not about the dream anymore. It was about, I'm ready to lay down my life right now. I'm ready to lay down my life just to see a change. Just to be able to make a difference in this world. But what do? Are we ready to make a difference? Or we're part of those that are going to be calling up and not making that particular difference that we ought to see in the world? Are we ready to make that change? Are we ready to make that change? People, it's time for us to make a change. Thank you.
I really do. I really appreciate you brothers coming out, man, and showing this support for the youth. I'm a father, so I hear everything you're saying. I'm a father who did 20 plus, and I'm still on paper. You know, and I had the attitude in the street like, no matter what, I got to do it for my kids and my family.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, and I look at how the game started for me back in the day when my father was running things. To me, it was laid back, you know, parties and, you know, you get high and drunk, but go to bed, man, go upstairs and lay down. And, you know, it was just laid back. Everybody was having fun. You out there doing the bop while the food cooking on the grill, and then the 80s hit. Lord have mercy. What type of game was that? Straight killing each other. For what? For what you got? Nah, man, that's not the way to go. But that was a rough game, man. And I seen it all. You know, but I look at the game now, and it's like, you know, we as brothers grew up with rules. This game ain't got no rules, man. It's dead. You know, we live in a society now where it seems like these young brothers they don't know that politics is basically on their back. And like my brother here was saying, who's in the hood right now? Who's teaching these young? I'm going to tell you. These dudes that's with the politics, you know, to basically manipulate a person and do what you want them to do. And the young is not seeing that because they lack education. You know, school didn't teach me everything, I must admit. My family morals taught me what I know today. You know, and I keep that up front. You know, but school did teach me some things. It taught me, you know, as a elementary school student, I learned how to be business-minded. I'm 9 years old. I'm cutting grass. And I don't have a lawnmower, but I'm going to knock on your door. Can I use your lawnmower to cut your grass and give me some paper? But when did I take the paper? Straight to my family. My mother needed it. She got to get to work. She got to catch the bus to get to work. 3 jobs to take care of us. You know, so I fell off when I got locked up. Caught in that little 80s situation, you know, but I didn't get locked up until 98. But I would say, like I said, any means necessary for my kids. You know, that was, and when anybody got in the way of that, I felt anger, I felt hurt. I'm like, you got to get out my way. Somehow, some way. Ended up committing a murder, doing 20, still on paper. You know what I mean? And thank God I met my wife in the system. You know what I mean? I met her in the system. We had our second anniversary on August 20th. So even though I'm on paper, I'm still living in life. And I got my 2 sons here and his fiance, and he has a disability, this son right here, but you can't tell. You look at him, you can't tell. You know what I mean? Because he run his the way that I'm going to teach him how to run it. And that's the mature game. You know what I mean? Like, you know, stand up for yours. Don't be scared to speak up. You know, speak up. That's the only way you're going to learn. That's right. You know, we got these quiet brothers who hold it all in. Right. And when they let it out, they're killing somebody. Nah, you're not going down the road I was down. No. And then we got my son here. who came from Ohio living in his car.
Come on.
Struggling every day, just and ready to kill anything just to eat. I'm like, nah, bro, you coming home.
Yes.
You coming, and his mom would
Yes.
cry. I ain't got the money. Nah, we're gonna scrape up this money to get him home. And then found out he got a talent. You know, he rap his thing, he do his thing, you know, that's all good and dandy. But when I found out that, when I got hooked up with Mrs. right here, and found out that she's all about the community just as well as, you know, your time. You know, I said that's the right thing for him.
Yes.
You know, he can grow as a gentleman, be a role model, show these kids that, yeah, you can do this. You know, and he has a message. The rap today, that's his thing. You know, that's what he grew up as. But he got a message with his stuff. You know, and we working on that. Like, you got to really teach these kids, man. Put that in that rap, man. Show them that, you know, you could be something. And this is the struggle, but we can get past it as a people. And that's what his lyrics is all about now. He changed his whole rap style. You know, but I'm gonna keep it short, man.
Who's that shooter?
Nah, it's not my shooter.
I got something to say.
He was 13 when I met him, and I was about maybe 15, 16. We started a band at that age.
Hey.
A go-go band. He was my drummer. I was the congo player.
Oh, what's up?
And see, I never wanted them to go the route I went. I always kept them away from everything I was doing. Never took them in the hood or nothing to show them anything I was doing. And they from Silver Spring. Well, my mother finally got them 3 jobs together.
Where you from?
I'm from Southeast, 58,
Okay.
57, all that area, East Capitol area.
Okay, I know that.
Yeah, that's where I committed my crime, actually.
Yeah.
But my mom moved us out the city with them 3 jobs. Catching a bus every day, getting that money together. My kids ain't staying out. We getting out of here.
Yes.
But she always gave back to the community.
Yes.
And that's what I love. See, I grew up seeing all this stuff. And I appreciate that. School taught me a little bit, but my family taught me what it's all about to be a man.
Real.
You know what I mean?
All right, my name is Jamie. I'm 42. I'm a father of 10. I have 8 sons and 2 daughters. 5 of them in my home, but all 10 of them in my life. And when I listened to the panel, it was like each one of you guys said something that kind of affected me personally. I'm a historian, but when I was in school, I ain't really get down with anything else but history. So when my man here was talking about passing wealth down, it was one of the things I actually tried to write a master's paper on, about how slavery made it so we were 400 years behind of passing wealth down to our family, which is the reason why a lot of us are impoverished still to this day. Now, I'm not saying it's the reason we should stay poor. I'm just saying there is a reason why we start where we start versus where someone else doesn't start. Also, a man said something about the elders in the community. When I was a kid, if we saw an elderly person walking with their bags, my mother would literally beat us in our head if we didn't help that person with their bags, or open that door, or stop talking loud when that woman walks past. You better not curse when no woman walks past when my mother's outside. These type of things are not being shared with these kids anymore. They don't know about that. So there is no, people say they don't respect their elders. It's not about respect. They don't know elders. All they know is the streets. And how everybody on the streets talk is either aggressive or you soft.
Yeah.
So if I come to you and I say, man, I need such and such, and you start giving me all of this, I'm going to give you attitude. Because only to me, what I've been shown is, you pushing me to the side, son. You don't care what I'm going through. So now I got to get at you. Same thing what you were saying about your son. I got a 17-year-old son right now in 37th place on South Beach. $10,000 thing on his head right now, the boys trying to kill him. I done took my son to Maryland. I done took him to Virginia. And every time I leave this boy, he winds up right back in 37. So, I mean, I get what you're saying about trying to help your household first, but you feel like you're being selfish. I feel the same way. Because I feel like I'm trying to help my son, but he don't want my help. So maybe I should help somebody who does want my help. So what I started doing, and I heard you say, I started coaching basketball for little kids. And I'm telling you, I've never seen kids respond to me that way when I started teaching them basketball. I wasn't riding them about their schoolwork. I wasn't riding them about their shoes. I didn't care about their haircuts. I didn't care what girl they was messing with. When you here, I'm your daddy. I'm going to help you dribble. I'm going to help you shoot. And we can talk about anything else. Now these kids, I got 5 of them that's in high school. 4 of them start for their high school. Still send me messages on Facebook. My own kids don't do that. But these kids who I touched through basketball remember. So it kind of makes me go back to what he was saying about there is no ghetto. It's in the mind.
That's right.
It's definitely in the mind. Because this brother right here, I'm going to tell you, I moved from Benton Road to Silver Spring when I was about 12. I didn't know for 9 years what he was doing out there on that street. Because that wasn't for me. Now, I'm not saying I didn't know what was going on, but every time he had to get in the car, man, let me go with you. Nah, son, you can't go with me. Go over there on the basketball court. Or go over there with that broad. Or why don't you go play some drums or something? You know what I'm saying? Because he already knew that that wasn't for me. You see what I'm saying? And just like you were saying about God. Now, me, I've been married 5 years to a woman who puts God first above everything. She don't curse. She don't smoke. She don't drink. I just told her now, I'm in a prayer meeting, and she's crying on the phone because she can't believe I'm there. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying all these things to say that each and every last one of y'all who said something is absolutely right. And we need all of those facets to teach these kids, man. Because they want to be taught. They, like he said, they're scared. They don't know what to do. So in the streets, when you taught, you don't know what you do, you take it.
Yeah.
And that's what these kids are doing. They taking it from people because they don't know no better. And they scared, like you said. I got my son, he's 19. I'm trying to give him a better way. But he's scared. He know about the streets. If he in the streets, he can get high. He can get drunk. But if he over here and he got to go to school, he don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
He's scared. He don't know what's going to happen if he stay in Maryland around these people who ain't aggressive all the time. He don't know how to function in that because he don't know if they're being genuine or not. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, he tells me this all the time, Pop, I know what you're doing, man. I know you're trying to get me up, but what am I supposed to do? Trust the process.
Yes.
And I say, when you can't trust nothing else, you got to trust God. Because he's the only one who knows. What you don't know, he always knows. And I tell him, and this, you know, I'm not a big religious person, but one of my favorite scriptures in the world is the footsteps in the sand. I love that. When I was taught that as a kid, that's just one thing I've never forgotten about. Well, basically, footsteps in the sand is saying that God is always with you. And so this guy, one day, he was walking, and all of a sudden, he got mad because he didn't see the other footsteps. Then he calls up God and says, well, you said you'll never leave me. I'm always going to be by your side. How come I only see one footsteps in the sand? He said, my son, when you see them one footsteps, that's when I was carrying you. You never stopped walking. You just didn't have to walk. So that to me is my mantra for life. I always remember that footstep because every time I'm like everybody else, man. I get down, I get angry. My father was murdered. My brother killed my father. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of horror stories like all of y'all, but I never forget that I'm not alone.
Could I say something? Thank you, brother. That was very, very, very powerful.
Appreciate it.
But how many of us get help around the trauma that we've been through?
None.
We don't get help.
Still hurt.
And that's, let me tell you something. Y'all heard about Columbine, right?
Of course.
When the white kids got shot up, do you know the first thing that they did?
Great counselors.
They sent counselors into the counseling. We don't get no mental, and we have mental illness in our community.
Oh, yeah.
Off the chain.
Yes.
PTSD.
Yes.
Yes. We do.
Quiet as kept us in the room.
Yes.
And we don't get no help. Because you tell a black man, I don't need no counseling. That's not crazy. I ain't crazy. I ain't crazy. But we do need some. We need, even if we need to just sit around the table and talk to each other.
That's help.
That's help.
Sure is.
But we walk around and hold all this stuff in. Molestations. Watch like you said with your brother and your father. My mother, alcoholic. You got to watch your mother out there on a stroll because she was on crack. We got to watch this stuff. When I walk into these youngins' houses and they walk in there and you open the refrigerator and there's a jug of water and a bottle and a thing of mayonnaise, I see why he ain't. And I see why he take it.
All right.
His wall is supposed to be this color, but it's this color.
Yeah.
I see why he going the way he going. I don't agree with it, but I understand it a little bit better. Sometimes, man, you got to walk up to a youngin and just give him a hug, man.
Yeah.
And let him know you love him.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How many of you, your fathers told you I'm proud of you? Most of us didn't get that in our career.
All right.
And that's all I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Son, I'm proud of you. Even to this day, I'm preaching at a church and everything. But my father never been one time. And sometimes you look in the audience, I feel like a kid. And I had to learn this in counseling. And I don't care how many, you can be the star of the game. But you look into that audience and you look at that bleacher and you're looking in that empty space and you're only looking for one person to cheer you on. And if they ain't there, I don't care how many points you score. It don't mean nothing. Because that one person that you love, that you looking for to be there ain't there. We have to get help. And we have to help each other. When we talk about community, it's community. We have a community right now in this room. Because each one of us got something that you can give to me that's going to help me. Make it through just this week, man. Make it through this week. We got to get the help we need to get. Amen. I'm going to say
Yes.
Good evening. My name is Lynda Jordan, and you actually touched on a lot of what I come from, or where I am now. And my son is not in that place. He's not one of those kids. One, because he saw what I came through. So, you know, I was that crack addicted mother. You know, I was that prostitute. And because of my experiences, he didn't have to end up in that place. I was always honest with my children about what I dealt with and what I was going through. And he ended up out in the street. You know, my mother raised my children. But because he was so much like me, she did not want to keep him around. So I had to keep him on my coattails to the best of my ability. You know, I came through the prison system. And while I was in prison, he was going through his own thing. So being able to be here for him now is what I have for him. And, you know, I give back by working with people with my same issues. You know, I addressed my trauma. You know, I deal with my mental health. I had to help him recognize his mental health. And, you know, my daughter recognized her mental health. My grandson has mental health issues. So I see the youth that come through the system with the diagnoses, the drug abuse, the undiagnosed youth that come through the system that don't want to recognize that they have a diagnosis. And those are the things that we deal with. Right now, we're at St. Elizabeth Hospital. So, you know, my goal is to find ways to penetrate the system. You know, with everything that I learned, you know, I'm in college, to hopefully find ways to be a part of transforming the system. You know, it's a lot of work, and every day is not an easy day. You know, I still have to make sure that I'm well. So I must come first. But I do know that I'm making a difference. Because, you know, I remember when my son was young and his friends used to come over, and he would always say, and that's where he gets his love for music from. You know, my thing was I was focused on Tupac. I heard a message in Tupac. And I would sit them down when they were little and I would explain what Tupac was saying. And they were him and his brother were 4 and 5 years old. You know, and as they got, I was still right. And as they got older, I noticed that they had a love for writing. And so, you know, they would call their friends, oh, my mom freestyling. And I would rap positive rap with friends. So a lot of little kids hung out at my house, even though I had my issues. And so, and I remember the days of little kids that didn't have food in the refrigerator and children eating meals at my home. So, you know, everybody could come to my house, you know, and I'm the person on drugs. My kids could go nowhere. You're not spending the night in nobody's house.
Right.
You're not hanging out in the neighborhood. And I lived in Water Place. You know, so being where I am today, I want to be able to give back to the best of my ability because I remember where I come from. Mm. And, you know, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I know that just for today, I recognize the broken families. You know, Gail Avent works with Total Family Care Coalition, so she works with DIs. And, you know, I'm a part of working with her organization. I'm a certified peer specialist, so I used to have a program with the Department of Behavioral Health called Peers Empowering Peers. Unfortunately, they no longer have funding to keep us, but that was one of the ways that we were able to house people who didn't have housing in the community. So right now my goal is to find a way to restart that program so that we can help people to continue to get housing, because a lot of people don't want to house people with mental health. So we were able to develop relationships with people who had, you know, complexes in the community and let these people know that, okay, these people have wraparound support. Not only did we connect them to help them to learn the skills, help them to get housing, and still continue to stay with these people in the community. I still have people calling me asking for help, and I'm still there. I'm grateful that my husband understands my passion for what I want to do, because a lot of people that call, he's like, you don't even do that anymore, but this is my passion.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have the program anymore, but if someone calls me, our motto is once PEP, always PEP. So if somebody calls me and say, okay, I don't understand what to do about DBH not paying my bills, I'm still connected to DBH, so I have to contact somebody at DBH and say, hey, this person's rent, your portion that you should be paying is not being paid. Somebody needs to do something. So being able to be connected to the system in that fashion is important. I've been blessed to go back over to the jail and speak. So, I mean, just being able to find ways to penetrate the community is what my goal is today, and I'm grateful to be able to do that. So any help that I can receive in learning the language and being able to fit in on the professional side, because having just a lived experience for me is not enough. So that's where I'm headed today.
I had the opportunity to actually sit in and listen, and your song touched me because my brother, it'd be 8 years, got killed. Wow. To this day, no justice. But we still making it, you know, we still making it, and it's touching because it was twins. So the next one, he's there, like he's here, but he's really like still, you know, lost because that's his. You see him, you see my brother. And it was touching to me because it's like, that's my oldest. My brother's really raised like how my mother raised me. My mother put me through college by herself. And it's like sitting there looking like, she raised 3 of us? How could she do this? The single black woman raised 3 of us, put me through college by myself. To this day, I grieve so much about my brother because it's like, why? What did he do? Nothing. A black male making sure the kid. You see my brother outside, the ice cream truck. He got $50. Go ahead and get what y'all want. Everybody at the ice cream truck got something. He didn't care who you was. You outside, you got it. And it's hurtful to me because it's like my nephews. I have 2 nephews. The oldest one and my older brother that passed was like this. Like you would have thought that was his dad. Oh, at the funeral, Uncle got killed. Auntie, he okay? He ain't having. And I'm looking at him like, you 4 years old. What? How you, like, you know, really what's going on? But I was just sitting there like, wow, okay, I'm taking it in because he's 4 years old and it's coming back to me. But my brother that's alive, I give him all credit because he's raising my nephews to be what they need to be. They not into the streets, basketball, football, all them sports. My nephews, they do it. And I look at my brother like, dang, daddy wasn't in our lives, but you stepping up to be a black male making it work for your sons. And it hurts. It hurts.
It's okay.
And I also have younger brothers that's younger than me. And I look at them, and I might not talk to them every day because it's a lot of us, but I just sit back and think, like, if my brother was here, we'll all be better. Like, our communication, it will all be better. And my mom, to this day, she's a correction officer, so it's like, she know the risks and the rights. And it touched me because it's like, you see, my brother's been locked up. They not trust them to leave. They was black, so you know, of course, they are black males, so they was into the system as well. But you have to see that my mom worked there. It was like, my mom don't discriminate on nobody. You there. Her sons, she won't act like she don't know you. She at work, but at the end of the day, my brothers look at my mom like, wow, like, my mom, their friends locked up. Oh yeah, your brother, your mother here, my mother like, I don't know them, you know, she keep it going because that's her job. But it's just like the youth nowadays, these young males, we're high statistics because we're black. They see you with dreads, oh, ain't nothing but a gang banger. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, sometimes when I be looking at, I work with kids, I work at the daycare, so it's like, saying them Monday through Friday, it's just like, touching me because I'm like, y'all little, y'all, you know, like some of the things that we do, it just be like, oh, okay, that's cool. I like it. I love what I do. Don't get me wrong. Children are my pride. I love them. But it's just like, sometimes I tell the little boys, don't treat a female like that because that's not what you are. My dad wasn't in my life, so I'm taking the road to my mom. She raised me to be a wonderful, intelligent lady that I am today. And I give her all of that. But it's just hard because it's about to be 8 years. My brother passed. Nothing has been done. Nothing. And he was good at what he do, but he, like I said, what he did was go to work. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. They robbed him. My brother fell back, so they killed him. And I just feel as though, like, you were taking somebody like that did nothing to you. You tried to rob him. He wasn't going for it, so he wanted his life, and they took his life. But these males nowadays, like, black out, this community, we're not strong how we used to be. Like, when one go down, we all stand up and we fight. It's not the same no more. But I just would like to say that, like, your song was really in here.
Well, I should have went first. You feel me? But no, y'all, I just wanted to say that for all y'all fellas and everybody else who chimed in and people who didn't, I know how y'all feel, and I heard your songs too, and I felt yours too. So I just wanted to say, I'm going to keep mine real short too, because I'm the last of the itty bitty. So, raised, 4 years old, had to leave my mother. I remember saying, Mommy, where you going? She said, I'm going to start me back. Didn't see her to the 3rd grade. Okay, so that was a little weird because I didn't know what I was dealing with. I was a little boy. Didn't know really how to deal with it, how to process it. But like it was said many times here, we don't get help on processing our emotions. So we just bottle them up, and then when they pop out, we like, oh shit, what I mean, oh, what I do? So, but anyway, spent the rest of my life being a class clown, getting in trouble, not doing what I'm supposed to do, you know, and just getting in a lot of trouble and being rebellious because I felt like, damn if I do, damn if I don't. I was raised with my grandmother, which is her mother, where she always told me, you're going to be like your mother. You're going to be just like your mother. So, you know, I was the ugly duck out of 5 kids. You know, I felt like I was the black duck, you know what I mean? So, and all of that saying, she kicked me out at 14 years old. Okay? I'm on the street. Don't know what, I'm green. You hear me? I don't know nothing about the streets. So I've had to put on this persona of this tough guy. Basically being somebody I wasn't, pretending to be something that I was not. You know, and what happened was in pretending to be somebody I wasn't, I actually started to become that guy. Mm-hmm. That's what actually scared me because I'm feeling like, hold on, what am I doing? I don't do this. I'm not like this. I wasn't raised like this. My grandma raised us with manners. Everything y'all said, y'all may say that I'm younger than y'all, which I am. I spoil myself. I'm 63 mentally. But all that my grandmother taught me. Everything y'all said. All that stuff, manners, opening doors for older women. You know, I tell them, this is my motto to this day. Women do not pump grass or take out trash. Yeah. That's my motto. And if I see a woman, I don't care who she is. He know we be outside talking and kicking the woo-woo. And he'll see a lady walk past, I don't have to, excuse me, man. Let me get that. You don't do that. So that's this. So I did it all, man. Group homes, jail, prison, foster care, whatever system they had, I was in.
And you back. Just
And
like your mother.
I'm back. You feel me? And the only thing kept me going, y'all, this is where I'm in mind. The only thing kept me going to keep being focused and knowing to get back to the guy I was originally, get back to Eric and not smoke. The only way that kept me focused on getting back to that guy that I am today, the humble, good-hearted man that I am today, is this. My music. Now, y'all might have heard some little cuss words and things, and that was a good song to do right now, but listen to me. I know, listen to me. Let me finish.
Hey, we know
Let me finish. I know, right? But I was just mad at the, you know what I'm saying? Father in here. You know what I'm saying?
Father's a man too.
I know.
That was the most gangsters dude right there. So don't forget. The thing about it is, man, we used to beef. And we couldn't be in the same area. Like, we was trying to take each other's heads off.
Oh my goodness. I'm right in the middle of both of you.
But this music, y'all, is what made me stay focused, man. And I do have positive things, and I have a message and everything. Maybe you don't get the message, because my message is for different brackets of people. You feel what I'm saying? So you may, if you hear my mixtape, you might love number 3. You might only love number 6. You might love number 1. You might love number 10. But my point is that my mixtape is going to be one person I grab.
Hey, guess what? If we love it, it's going to be a hit.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank y'all for y'all time, man.
And I thank y'all again. Now, what I want to do real quick, because it's 5:47. So did everybody get their donations in here?
Oh yeah.
Donations. And by this time, I think everybody will agree on who we gonna give this donation to. Let me tell you something. Okay, so I told y'all about my brother and my father. They basically raised me. I got 6 sisters and a mother that's alive and well. We don't really have a good relationship. My brother raised me out in the hood. My daddy raised me by the book, and he had businesses. My brother, everything was cool. These are my homies from the hood. I went to school with them, hung out in the hood with them. They let me for a little while. So I had fun with these guys. These are my new brothers. Long story short, this brother here, his name is Mark. My brother's name is Mark. His church, he started the church in the hood. He didn't say, I'm going to start a church way over here. He went back to the same hood and put the church in the hood, right next to my daddy's house. He didn't know my father lived right next door to the church. And my brother's name is Mark. Now, the reason we giving him this donation, because he don't ask for money. I ain't never been to a church that don't ask for money. Everything he do it by himself. Let's clap for that, please. Please, hold on. We gonna make sure y'all got on it. But let me tell you something, because I've been there. You can't fool me. You can't get me. Listen, when it come to God, I don't care how long we've been homies. I'm not playing with these people.
Right.
I gotta sleep at the end of the night. This ain't no gimmick or nothing. My life has changed since May. I'm talking about hours of time bomb waiting to happen. Wasn't that Josh? Wasn't that Bree? I'm telling you, somebody was going to get hurt. And I've been to jail too. He helped me. He provided food after Sunday service and Bible study. We did pay at the pump. This brother and his homies right here walked up to the pump. He said, hey, give me all 8 pumps and some cones. Locked the whole gas station down. Paid for gas, and we prayed for people. That was Sunday service. We met at the church. He just prayed just us to not get too hot and pass out because it was hot. That's all we prayed about, and we hit the streets. One of the youngest was like, he took all his weed off his lap, gave it to his girl, was like, yeah, I need prayer because I ain't going to church. Got out at the pump and got prayer because we were there. So I don't know how much this is. I don't know what it is. You take it home and deal with it.